I'm actually Atlas. So the person we're watching is actually Atlas. Let's change that on the display in case people get confused later. Alright, let's get started. So we're watching Atlas. What's your job? Honestly, bothering the backline. We don't really have a tank to combo with. We should be looking for... The image is frozen? It shouldn't be anymore. Now, yeah, the preview at least is working for me. So maybe try refreshing. It's not frozen. Okay, good. So what I was saying is we don't really have anyone to go in with. We don't really have any other dive characters. So we should really be playing defensively, not defensively, but playing carefully and only engaging when the enemy team has engaged our team so that they are distracted. Because otherwise, we don't really have anyone in our team to take their attention off of us. I think this was my first game in a while, so, of the day, I assume. So I'm a bit dodgy. So waiting here is fine. I like this. Waiting is fine. We don't have to just rush out of the gates every single time. We wait. So we know they have an echo. Now we go for the backline. Okay, we should take shots. Careful here. So there was a mistake here already. And you are taking the engagement way too early. Because, yeah, the tanks haven't really noticed you yet. But as soon as you start shooting at them, they're gonna notice you, and the echo also notices you when you start shooting. Ideally, you want to wait a little more so that you can engage on the backline without being bothered by, well, the tanks or the echo, for example. In this case, what I would recommend is just waiting here for just 2 more seconds. Give the tanks time to push. Let the echo take the high ground, then you can go and kill Diana, right? Because once the tanks are here, and Diana is probably here, you can do this, kill Diana, then get out, or get out this way. Or maybe kill the Mercy even. So I think here you engage very early, and the echo saw you, and now she's chasing you. And we have to use recall for it. They actually have Echo Farah. So we're backing out. We should not be with our team, but the flank is fine. You can get it. Okay, we're getting health. I'm fine with you shooting the Echo. That's actually pretty decent. You chase it away. They just have so much damage from the high ground. Good kill on Diana. We should have a little more target focus. Like, we shoot at Diana, then we shoot at the Farah, then we shoot at the Sigma. But thus far, it's mostly just been the fact that you don't really have anything to take attention away from you. And you're not really engaging on the backline, but on whoever is in front of you anyway. Like, even Diana, it's not that you went for Diana. Diana just kinda came to us, right? So, you should be setting up bigger flanks, especially with no one to engage with you. Like, if you had a ball or a monkey, the ball or the monkey would be engaging, and then the Echo, the Sigma, the Diana, the Diva would be looking at the ball, right? Which lets you get behind and take a few shots and probably kill someone. Okay, so this is fine. Just get away. Your movement is pretty decent. Looks like you know you probably have a lot of hours on Tracer. You know your movement at least. You go for the duel on the Echo, which is good. An Echo without Mercy, you can take a 1v1 duel. It's basically a skill matchup. If she gets a headshot or a sticky, or then she can just beam you down and kill you. If she doesn't, then you can blink away and keep your distance and maybe just get the kill. That said, we really need to take care of the backline. Thank you for the follow, Abbas Fire. He doesn't jump, you go for it. Yeah. Even if he does have a jump, you can go for her, because if you chase the Echo out of position or force her dash out, then you're getting value, so long as you don't get kills. No? Why no? unknown user. Oh, watch. So here we have pulse bomb. I would link to the left here and try to make a rotation for pulse bomb this way. Because here it's a little obvious, and again they have 2 heroes with a lot of verticality, well, 3 heroes with a lot of verticality who can chase you out here, and they know it's receiving an update again. Yeah, it's already updated for me, but it's like minor update, which doesn't wipe the patches. The major updates do what do wipe patches. So if it's going from like 1.4.1.1 to 1.4.1.2, this is a minor update that doesn't get rid of the review codes. In either case, let's go back to this. I would be looking to get a flank, because this is basically not a flank, this is just high ground. So you're basically playing in front of them. They know where you are if you shoot at anywhere. You basically gave yourself up. I would be looking to set up a flank, probably this way. Echo and Mercer playing here, which you shouldn't, like, even if they were not, this would still be a good position. Because from here, you can get from the side when they try to push. Or you can go all the way around if you really, really like, and try to get value from here. Like, either blink forward, get the pulse bomb, or blink forward, get the pulse bomb on the low ground, or you can, if the enemy team is not here yet, you can come here, blink forward, get the pulse bomb from the high ground, just like blink, get the Ana, and then get out with recall. You wanted high ground, so they couldn't take it. Here's the thing, you really cannot hold the high ground by yourself. Tracer is not really a hero that can hold an angle, right? She cannot hold a space. Tracer can threaten the backline really well, and she can take duels. Like, any 1v1, you can actually win with Tracer. Sometimes it's a skill matchup, but you can win basically any 1v1 with Tracer. The problem is that she cannot really hold this place. Like, if the Echo goes up in the air and she's got any support, you have to get out. The way Tracer, works in general is not by holding an area, but by getting around the enemy and trying to get value by, killing people really fast and then getting out. If you're in a place where the enemy knows where you are, they have to worry less about you. Because even if they let you be here, which they should not, like, they have a D.Va, D.Va should just be chasing you out. But if they send like D.Va up here to duel you, you cannot probably hold the space. What you would usually do is you blink, you do one clip, you blink away, then you can blink back in, then you blink away, then you blink back in, and recall if you have to. It's not like you can contest this for very long. So Tracer is not good at contesting spaces, but she's really good at like flanking and actually getting kills. Decent push bomb. Maybe we can get a D.Va. We don't empty your clip there. Like, this one is a little nitpicky. Like, look at this. We reload, we drop, we stick the D.Va, and we shoot. Like, we are not gonna kill the D.Va with only the pulse bomb, right? It does 350 damage. D.Va has 600 health. So empty your clip into the D.Va before recalling. Like, how low do we actually go? You don't even go halfway with your clip. Empty your clip on the D.Va. And then we recall. With recall, the right call. Then we drop, we help with the Sigma, we kill the D.Va. Careful with that, but it's actually... Maybe? No, it's not winnable. Like, I was gonna say maybe it's winnable because we traded their tank for basically their backline. And you also kill the Pharah, but because the rest and kill the Rhine, it's not winnable anymore. Yep, we just get out. See, now this high ground would be a flank. Because they no longer are interested in contesting this. Like, they should be going forward. So if you take this high ground and go behind them, now this high ground turns into a good flank for us. Or you can just spam camp the Pharah like you're doing. You let Pharah go, which is weird. She's probably the best one for you to kill. Okay, now we are just trying to get to the backline. This is fine, this is fine. You almost kill her, then you kill her. That's a great flank. You got so much value here. And again, I really like this. Like, you've done everything right in this one. You escaped, you make sure you have health. Then you set up the flank. You see the Pharah. I think you could have gone on the Pharah when she was coming off of spawn. But on either case, you are careful so you don't go right away. When the enemy rotates and they're here, they're not paying attention behind. You go for a flank. You again crouch. You are being very careful because you have no one to take the attention off of you. But being behind them is already good enough. Because if the enemy is looking forward and they have to turn 180 degrees to contest you at all, then this is extra time you have that will get you more damage out. Like the time the enemy takes in doing this is actually enough. Like, of course, first reaction time. Let's do that. First reaction time to turn around immediately. But even if they turn around immediately, if they have to do like this, it gives you like half a second to keep shooting and get out. Whereas if you are in front of them or above them, all they have to do is like this or this, which is a lot less time. So that's why going behind is actually very valuable, because this is not the only reason, but one of the bigger reasons that them having to turn around to face you is taking their attention off of the front line, putting it on you, and making this angle to look at you also gets you a little extra value as well. But of course, taking the attention of the front line is the most important thing, so that if your team is on the front line, then they can't just... If they look away from your team, then your team gets value on the front line. That's the general idea of engaging at the same time than your team, but I'm fine with this flank. Now, we should not stay here, we should get away. You're just trying to do this Ana really wants your ass. I'm okay. Like, ideally, you will be setting up for a new flank, but I'm okay with this. What, are you gonna try to spam camp the Pharah again? Yeah, you are. Recall and then shoot the Pharah. She got healing, so we have to be careful. And this I don't like as much because now they do know you're here, right? Last time they didn't know. This time they do know you're here. The Pharah got away from you and she got healing, and Diana knows you're here still. So this time I don't like it, but again, the idea is decent, but they knew you were here this time, so you are getting less value. Because basically they already knew you were. Stalling until my team because I couldn't cross the open space. The thing is, you don't really have to... By the way, you can definitely cross the open space. Just save your blinks and you can cross like here, for example. I can show you. 2 minutes 53 seconds. Hold on. Play. Create. Settings. Maps. None. Where's Rialto? So real quick, like tracer. Here. So we are playing here. We did a flank. We did really good. Now all we have to do is get out. We just get out this way, right? We charge our blinks. And then we can just blink across. You jump up here. Then you blink. You're up. And then from here you can blink away. You don't have to go through the bridge. Not with tracers. So also it's very difficult for Anna to even see you over here. Because you just get here and then you just go boop, blink. I didn't have my second blink. That's silly. Like blink. Then you just get out. And you're fine. Let's go back to replays real quick. We were at 2 minutes 53. Rialto.
Welcome to Rialto. Ready for battle.
2 minutes 53. Got there. And you don't die, by the way. I'm just out. Blah, 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 blah. We're doing the Pharah. We don't die, by the way. We just don't get as much value. Like you still get the mega, but we just don't get as much value. The Ryan's coming back. That's some decent shooting. This is fine. I like the target change to Mercy, so that well, Mercy is easy to kill. You almost kill her. We don't quite. Blinking past the Ryan is the right call. You recall and then you blink away. Good stick. Like I'm fine with it. Yeah, I'm fine with it. I was gonna say your team is kinda dead, but you got 2 very important picks, so it might actually be winnable. Okay, we get away because we have, yeah. Again, if any of them decide to contest you, it becomes a skill matchup, and without recall, you're kinda screwed, but it's actually very winnable. You've given your team a fighting chance on this one, which is pretty good. So we're coming back. This is also a long one. You knew the Pharah was going over there, which is good. You can kill the Mercy. You should, like, your effective range is only 200 meters now. You should wait until they come a little bit closer. But yeah, the Pharah is getting a lot of value. Like the Pharah Echo is getting a lot of value. Actually, because we're playing Ryan's area and we don't really have a way to speed onto them and kill the core. But you go Ash to try to help with the Pharah and the Echo, which is good. Good shot. I'm trying to get it to go fast again. We're playing a little bit in the open, but it should be okay. Press the X button if you need healing so that your team knows that you need healing. Right now, imagine Baptiste is not even looking behind him, so he doesn't really know. Good high noon. So Dynamite. So with Tracer, work on flanks a little bit more. I think you may go back to Tracer. You said you only play a little bit of Ash. So with Tracer, you should, thus far, you should work on flanking a little bit more. But your mechanics are pretty good, and your blinking past the Rhine is definitely good. You went for the Mercy instead of the Rhine. You play more in a bit, okay. Yeah, I like the swap to the change to Ash as well, because they do have basically 2 flying heroes that are basically wrecking your team. It's not your fault. I think you have been getting enough value, by the way. I don't think it's your fault, but if you can help your team, you might as well. Like, if you're confident playing Ash and your team is struggling against Echo Pharah, then yeah, go for it. We died to the Pharah. Which is a little bit playing too aggressive. Like, there is no reason for you to be here when your team is all the way back. But you could have killed the Pharah if you had the terrain. It's just a matter of 1v1 skill matchups. This is from the fight. Be careful, like, we know the Pharah is shooting this way, we saw it, so... We do almost die, but we're fine. Dyna here is fine, decent Dyna. We get Emo, that's really good for us actually. Good kill. To your left there's a Sigma, you should shoot the Sigma on your left. Because he's gonna kill you otherwise. Okay, he's backing out, we are trying to get value through that. Through the window I should say. And we go back forward, so that's good. A good kill on the Pharah, and then our team just push forward. That's not a great Dyna, like you're just trying to get the Pharah, but she's already out. Sun gets killed by Echo, which is unfortunate. Echo's just really strong right now. Echo Fire is actually also very difficult to deal with if you don't have the right comp, which your team doesn't really like. Having Varsaria win against Echo Pharah, yeah, but the way you do that is you get a Lucio, you speed at their Sigma and kill their Sigma. That's really how you do it. Good Dynamite. Your rush is not bad. I think your positioning could use help. Like, no reason to play here and no reason to play literally with the team. But I think the reason you're playing with the team is that you're scared of getting Diven. In which case it's like, but I would still play like on this angle, right? Sorry, this angle. Try to get picks from this distance because if the enemy team is looking this way, like the Rhine shield is here and the Sigma shield is probably also here, I can get a lot of value this way. Also, Pharah and Deco will probably not be looking at me, so I can get free shots this way. So I would be playing here. Good kill. Now we think Bob is fine. My flanks, Tracer, team kept getting farmed, so I wanted to play with the team to deny the Pearson. Here's the thing. You can take space for your team without being with your team. If you're playing here, right, and you're threatening this angle, they cannot just come out in the open or fly above your team because, well, you get free shots on them. Sorry about that. If they try to go up above or just behind their team, you are gonna get free shots on them. Maybe you don't kill them, but threatening this angle will get more space for your team because what you're denying is basically the airspace here. And if they choose to dive you, you can come back to your team. So it's not only playing with your team that can get your team room. Is that if you're playing this way, if you're playing here, right? If they ignore you, you just get a lot of damage this way, and of course they can't play in the air anyway. If they try to push you, or if they put a shield in front of you, they are committing resources to you already, and your team can go forward and get value. So in either case, you can get a lot of value. And if they just dive you, you just coach out and try to get as much value as you can. You are number. Because imagine if you instead of here, right? Look at where you are right now. What can you shoot? This is what you can shoot. The other hand, if you're playing all the way back here, well, the Echo would be dead to begin with. She would not be able to approach you through the air like she did your Zenyatta. But also from here, you can shoot at the Rhine if you really want to, but also like everyone else. It gives you a lot more, much better angle. Little weird dynamite, but it's okay. You're trying to kill the Echo. We are chasing after the Echo. We should kill the Echo. Good shot. We shattered the Echo. That Echo just got so much value. She should have died a lot earlier. And you did miss a couple shots, but I'm also like, yeah, it's hard to hit sometimes. Great shot. Again, like this angle is also really good. Because you can shoot at the backline, shoot at the backline through here, control airspace. You don't have to be with your team to help them control space. Like from here, you're just doing good. Mercy, Vulcan Mercy, probably not the best target. We reload and we get behind them. This is fine. Now we need to keep shooting at. Like with Ashe, you really want to shoot at the squishies. Like, yeah, tanks are easier to hit, but if you can hit especially Pharah and Echo are your targets, you should. Okay. I was gonna say we should move a little closer in case we want to contest, but even if we contest, we're probably going to die really fast with Ashe. Also, you come out in the open. Like, if you're gonna come out, play here or here. Cover is very important for any sniper or any DPS hero, really. Right now, you just get like sticky and just even very hard, and you just die, and they get the gun. Okay, let's go to the attack. 2, 3. You're playing probably Tracer, yeah.
4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming.
So we go to right. We know that they have a Fargo. So they're playing on bridge. Again, that's a little out of your range. Now you can kill her. Who did she get shot by? Probably McCree, actually. Good kill, good cleanup. We deny the rest by playing here. Yep, this is fine. We don't have to kill them, we just have to threaten this space so that they don't get the rest. Even though our team is actually 2 people down, which is very unfortunate. So if you want to go aggro, you can go aggro. That Aaron just stood still. Did you miss the melee? I think you could have killed her, but it's okay. At the very least, you are distracting the Ana and the Mercy and the Echo. So you are definitely having an impact on this fight. Now we flank again. This is good. Shooting at the Mercy is fine. Now we go around. This is also good. We pressure the Echo. We keep pressuring the Echo. Now she's got Mercy. We have to run away. Because if she's got a Mercy, we are not gonna kill her. We can try to kill the Mercy instead, but we are not gonna kill the Echo. I like this target priority. Like, your target priority and mechanics on Tracer is pretty solid. I think you could be getting a little more value if you were taking flanks on defense as well. But right now, you're getting a lot of value. Like, this flank, you killed the Pharah, you took the attention of Diana and the Mercy and the Echo away, which gave your team a lot of room to walk forward. Then we died because we're a little in the open, but it's fine. Oh, you go Widow. We get a payload. Okay. So we got first point. I assume you go Widow for the same reason you went Ash. You want to try to keep their DPS under check. So keep in mind, they have double shield. You get carried this round. We'll look at it. They have double shield. We're going to have to take aggressive angles to get shots. Like, this angle is fine. We get out before the Pharah can hit us. I think you should have taken one shot at the Pharah. If your reason to go Widow is trying to get rid of the Pharah and the Echo, I do think you could have done that. Now we go main, which is a lot more expected, and again, because they have double shield, they can just put a Sigma shield on your face, like that, and you cannot really get value. That Mercy is dodging a lot of your shots, and then you just get killed by the Nefara. So I think the angle, the positioning was not great here, but we got Soldier right away. I was gonna say, if you think you can aim and hit headshots with Widow, you can. You did miss a lot of headshots, so like on the Mercy and on the Ana. So we got Soldier to try to help with the Pharma and for the Pharah and the Echo. Which is fine. We have more sustained damage now. Reload while you're making rotations. We just died to the Pharah. Okay. It's fine, we come back. We stand behind our team, we shoot, it is fine. Again, your aim could use a little bit more practice. Like right now you're missing a lot. I just kinda wanna see if you have... You know, the shield is fine, like, we are just trying to help break the shield. We don't have to AD strafe when you're behind cover, by the way. No one's shooting you right now, and you're shooting half of your shots into the wall. Just aim at the shield, stand still because no one's pressuring you, and aim at the shield. So we go aggressive. We see the Pharah behind us, Rocket. If you had Rocket, you probably could have killed her, but in either case, just Pharah behind you kills you. I think Tracer thus far has been your best hero, by the way. You got good Tracer mechanics and good aim. With Ashe and Widow and Soldier, your mechanics are not as polished, so you probably just don't have as many hours on them. Great kill. So we, again, should be playing with cover. Most heroes want to play with cover. Cover is very important. Stop, especially against a Pharah, which is a PAM hero. Play here, go inside, take a moment. Here is fine. Just take cover if you have to. Or even if you don't have to, cover is really good. Going top left is good. You're gonna pressure the high ground. Okay. Sorry. Yeah, we're gonna pressure the high ground. That's some decent damage. We don't want to stay here for way too long because there's two people in there. They have a Genji now, no more Echo, which is good for us. We get healed, we are playing behind the team, which is good, we're doing damage, which is fine. Again, your aim is not the best with Soldier, but it's acceptable, I think. Your Tracer is just clearly better, I'll be honest. This is fine. That's a good ultimate. Good ult, careful with the Rhine, run away. We got value there. We ran all the way around. Why are we going all the way around? Just... Where did this run? Did it just charge back to get to us? I was gonna say we don't have to run to the high ground, we can play from here. But if the Rhine is here and you saw the Rhine, then I would be like, yeah, okay. You either run away or come back to your team. And honestly, from this point, I would come back to your team. Because the Rhine cannot catch up to you. Yeah, the Rhine just chases you. At this point, I'm like, if you see the Rhine, which you do right there for a second. But honestly, I would have just been like, from here, I can get shots into the backline. So I would just play here. The Rhine, if you stop here for a second and see the Rhine, I'll be like, I'm just gonna go back to my team. They no longer have a front line. Where are you going? There is no point for you to be this far away. You're literally chasing... I will say this. There is no point in you being this far away But you are taking the enemy on the wildest goose chase ever. And you even killed the Pharah. But yeah, and that's fair. That you are basically playing solely like Tracer. What I would have done is I would have stopped here with the idea of, well, I've got a little bit of cover. If I crouch, I can shoot behind the enemy and at the window if I need had to. And then I would have noticed the Ryan, and I'm like, oh, Ryan doesn't have a charge anymore. I'm just gonna go back this way because he can't catch up to me, and then probably like play from here again. But yeah, you're right. That's definitely Tracer habits kicking in. Just running away as far as you can. Yeah. One new bit of the fight, so maybe we could have scampered the front stuff. Safran is really cool, but don't look at him as a model because he does a lot of stuff for fun rather than ideal, and he also has such good aim that he can get away with it a lot of the time. If you wanna do the front style stuff, you have to have the front style aim. Sorry to say, it's very difficult for us mortals. Barrage, we dead. Lost fight looks like. Maybe not. How did both the shield tanks fuck up against the... You knew she was coming. Yeah. Like you were looking behind you. You were looking for her, but you didn't see her. She was actually playing above you. Like, you just didn't know where she was. It's fine. I'm like, how do the tanks die to high noon? Because both of their tanks died to high noon. So our Ryan gets nanoed, he gets shattered and untied, so he probably could die here. Then we high noon. They just literally ignore the high noon. They both literally just ignore the high noon. What the fuck is that? They're both like shielding? Nah. So I would say I don't think your team carried that fight. I think the enemy team kinda threw that fight, I'll be honest. Good kill on the Genji. Okay, we're back. You were AFK for a second, it's fine. Shooting the shields is okay, just remember they have probably more, maybe not, but they have more shields than we do. Like, we probably have about the same amount of spam damage. Maybe your team has a little more, but they have 2 shields. So if you're gonna play the spam game, we have to be ready to spam for a very, very long time. You get that, you get the Mega. Okay, now we give the Diana our ult charge. We are gonna try to kill the Pharah by ourselves, which is very difficult. Decent aim, but yeah, we just get killed. And yeah, pocketed Pharah is probably not gonna die to a soldier. You need to have, again, the Fran style aim to hit every shot. We go back to Tracer. I do think you could get more value now that they don't have an echo. But this fight is lost. This fight is definitely lost. We are just farming our ultimate, which I'm fine with. Like, oh, we have a ball. Now that we have a ball, we can go very aggressive, so long as we engage after the ball. The Ryan just solo shattered McCree, but okay. Yeah. We go for the Mercy, again, decent target priority. Treasure deflex, we have to recall out, and we kill the Ryan. Good job. You saw he was low and you killed him. Now the Pharah is by herself. Okay. Again, we could have finished off the Pharah while the Mercy was here. I think you were trying to get the Mercy because you thought she was going to rest. We do kill the Pharah. Recall is fine. Again, thus far, I think that mostly just flanks. A little bit of target priority, like every now and then you're swapping targets, but it's not a big thing. I think your choice is really good. I think, of course, your soldier, your Asher, your Widow could definitely use a little bit more, especially taking like off angles, not playing with it literally on top of the team. So taking aggressive off angles could help you a lot with like longer range heroes, but your Tracer is solid. I think the biggest thing is, and by the way, now that we do have a ball, we don't have to take such long flanks anymore. Now what we have to do is coordinate the engagement with the ball, who is already fighting, by the way. So yeah, this is fine. You killed the Genji, good job. Recall out even. Very solid. We don't have to push the payload, we should be with the ball. So this one's been pretty good overall, I'll be honest. You basically almost suicided into that Pharah. But McCree got her, so you know. Your ball is going in. We should be going in with the ball. Because ball is basically getting all of their cooldowns out, like sleep, for example. He just got slept. So we could be following after him. Everyone's just shooting at the ball. So you go around, or go around this way and clean up on the squishies. You try, it's fine. You can just use Pulse Bomb. You try to kill a Mercy, but Vulcan Mercy is very difficult to kill. Her health regen kicks in instantly. She doesn't have to wait for it anymore on Valkyrie, so she's very difficult to kill. We go for the Pharah. The Pharah's on the low ground. We can kill her. Okay, Zenyatta kills her. That's good. We're gonna go for the support line. Yep, that's good. We miss a couple shots, but it's fine. This is good. You got a little too close for comfort there, but it's fine. Remember, again, your range is 12 meters. You don't have to get literally up in their faces. When they can't move, just put your crosshair over the face so that you can kill them. Looks like we capped though. They're low, everyone's low, everyone's low. The Hanzo is literally one. Hanzo, Genji, Shimada. Man, we're not even, well, we're barely halfway through. 3, looks like we're attacking first. How long do we get? How far do we get, I should say. So we go around again. They have a McCree this time. They're like, that Tracer's being annoying. Let's get a McCree. So we kill the Pharah. We don't kill the Pharah. You missed a couple more shots than I expected you to. It's fine. We chase the Pharah out. Still valuable. Our Ryan kills the Ryan, which is really good for us. Now they have no... Well, they still have Sigma, but they have no Ryan in the front line anymore. And the Pharah just gets a ton of value. So this is a boss fight. I like this position though. Like in attack, on attack, this is okay for a flank because they don't know you're here. Until you give yourself up, because the card is all the way over here, this is a flank. While the card is here, it's not a flank, it's just high ground. But right now, it's a flank because unless they... Lastia, know you're here? No, I don't think she knows. She's kinda looking. No, she knows. She definitely knows. Someone just called it. But I'm fine with it. Like, this is okay because it's not a... Like... It's not a place that they have to go over. At least not yet. Get out, get out, get out. Okay, we did get out. She Guardian Angel just away. She Guardian Angel away just in time. This is good. I like the range you're playing at as well. Ana's still in the left, but yeah, you just hide. Ana's one. You don't manage to kill her. We have to recall. Pharah is dead. Thus far, again, your Tracer's been pretty good. You are literally drawing away, when you take engagements, the attention of 2, maybe 3 enemies every time. So your Tracer's definitely been getting value. And again, Tracer definitely has to, like, you definitely have your best mechanics on Tracer as well. So your aim could use a little bit of a tune-up. It's still good. It's not bad. It's just not amazing, but it's not bad. Are we gonna go for a stick? Good stick. We recall. We do a lot of damage. This is good. We kill the Rhine. That's good. Overall, pretty good. So yeah, I think the problem is not your Tracer. I think the problem is your other heroes need a little bit more help, especially taking different angles than holding main. The Hitscan hero that plays with the team is McCree. McCree is the Hitscan hero that stands behind the tanks and does damage to like the support, the flying enemies, and the flankers and all of that. If you play Soldier, Ashe, or Widow, you really want to go for an off angle to try to get damage behind the shields, right? We're just trying to move it as far as we can. We shouldn't be. Like, I would be going with the McCree Tracers from our main, so it's fine you say that. Okay, I know you couldn't go McCree because we had a McCree at the time. So you went Ashe, then Widow, then Soldier. But if you think you are not getting value out of your pick, it's fine to swap. I don't think you were getting value out of your Tracer. It's just probably not enough because your team was still getting wrecked by the Pharah and the Echo. So we take the high ground. This is very dangerous. Yeah, you just die. Remember what I just said about we want to go with the ball? Yeah, we want to go with the ball. Looks like it would have been a lost fight anyway. That they had a lot of ultimates to use. So I don't think we could have won that, but maybe there was a chance. On either case, yeah, if you have a ball, go behind the ball. Like, let the ball choose where to go and engage. And when he goes forward, then you go in. So that the enemy is looking at the ball and you can just come in and kill them. Well, come in and kill them. So a little coordination there. You just went in first by yourself. But it's okay. We actually got it pretty far.
4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers.
We are playing Tracer. We are in a different position this time. I like it.
The payload.
We are just concerned that the Echo may die you again.
Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines!
You are looking for the Pharah. We see the Pharah. We should not engage the Pharah. So this is a problem. Our front line just got run over, which is really bad. They are all purple though, so I will be trying to engage on the purple people rather than the Pharah. Why did we reload there? So our Sigma dies, that's not your fault. We'll just try to find a good moment to engage. Then we shoot at the McCree. We can definitely kill this McCree. Then you reload. And you blink inside. I don't think you needed to reload there. You wasted one time. But it's okay. You can probably still kill him. Yeah. It's fine. Roadhog with no hook is an ultimate farm for you. You can just farm him for ultimates. Or just kill him. But yeah, we got 20% and we get out. This is fine. Miss the hook. We can... Oh my god, he just right-clicked your face. So yeah, just... Unfortunate, but also move away. Like, he can only hit you at like, I believe it's 8 meters. Or something like that with that, so move away from Roadhog. If you're further than 8 meters, he can't actually one-shot you like he did here. He just put the right click over there. Yeah. If you were playing literally one step behind, further behind, you would have killed him. I'm sorry, he would not have killed you. That's what I mean. Because again, the further away you are, the less of the pellets that hit you. 12 meters is like ideal to do the Roadhog. Because it's actually really, really bad for him, so... So we come back with Tracer, which again is fine. We don't play main, we need to take an angle here. We're just farming the hook, who has no hook, which is fine. Okay, we do go for the flank here, which I like. And I don't love the high ground because the Pharah is basically guaranteed to be getting through the high ground here. So I would go through the low ground here to try to get Diana, for example. But you do still okay. You dropped on Diana. It's the same idea. I like it. That's a nice one. We missed a couple shots, which is unfortunate. And they get point. You have recall there, but you didn't need it. But if you wanted to use it, it's fine. So I don't think you're getting no value. I think on that fight you just got value a little late. When we engage on Diana, like the enemy team was already pushing forward. And you managed to distract them, but the Rothog is dead. And now you have 2 people looking at you, right? 3 people looking at you even. But they just basically already have the point at this point. Like your team just can't get closer and so we just lose. So 1 second earlier on your engage, we could have won. And I honestly, I think you could have shaved that second off if instead of going for the high ground here, you went here and blink. Because you don't blink through this entire place. So I do think you could have gotten more value, but again, it's very relative. Like we don't blink and we have all of our blinks when we engage. So I'm like, if you had gone this way and blinked forward, maybe you could have engaged a little faster. But it's very nitpicky. It's just very unlucky, honestly. Like 1 second earlier, we could have won this fight. Because basically everyone is just looking at you now. But they're Rothog killer Rothog, so it's like he's ulting and we can't get close. Yeah, so your tracer mechanics are really, really good. We're sitting up for a flank. Again, remember this is a good flank now. Now that they have actually passed below us, this is a good flank. He was looking at you. I think you're dead. Good recall. And you're dead. I did not expect that Rothog to be there either, though, I'll be honest. I did expect the segment to rock us if you just drop literally above him. But that Rothog was very unfortunate. Did we just win? He was talking shit through the game? Oh, unlucky. Yeah, people like that exist. We shouldn't worry about it. It's actually winnable. Yeah, this fight is actually winnable. He was focusing you. It's fine. Like, this is good. You can go kill him even. He doesn't have his heal, so... I guess you're very worried that he will just kill you again. On either case, yeah, this is fine. This is actually... Do you guys win? You guys may win this one. Like, neither team has an ultimate, but we are really close to grab, and we have pulse bomb. That's the only ultimate in game. So let's see what you do with this pulse bomb. What do we do with this pulse bomb? Are you gonna try to stick the Pharah? Is that what's going on here? Diana is free. Good stick on Diana. She's dead. You basically won the fight. That's really good. And again, your tracer is really good. Other than, again, I think the biggest problem with your tracer is your playing style. You are playing on the front line a lot. Like, not on the front line, but you should be taking sharper angles when you don't have a tank to dive with. And when you do have a tank to dive with, like the ball, you should always be going after them. So it's a little bit of your style, mostly. I think that's what could easily win this. Get you a lot more value at the very least. But your mechanics on Tracer are really good. And again, Widow, Soldier, Ashe, you need to practice your aim a little more on those. But mostly also positioning could help you a lot. Like taking more aggressive angles especially. I'm watching close. Please don't get this close to Rothog. Please don't get that close to Rothog. Oh, you meant the bomb. Yeah, the bomb was good. The bomb was actually really good. If you get that close to Rialto, it's how he one-shots you. He just left clicks and you have a very close game. Oh, it was a close match. Gotcha. They got Tracer. We grab in front, which is honestly fine to try to stop them from touching. Wasn't the best, but it's fine. The idea is okay. Execution poor, but it's fine. We win the game. Yeah, it was very close. It was actually very close. And you actually won the game. You actually won the last fight for your team, so very well done. Overall, I think that out of everything with Tracer, you should focus on which style you should play a little more. Play a little more flanking. Take more. Oh my god, what's my typing today? Take more flanks if you don't have anyone to dive with, because then you can wait for your team to have an engagement or for the enemy team to be distracted, and then you go in and get a lot of free value when the enemy team is distracted. Or you can play dive, right? Dive is basically 5. You can play dive, which is basically just have a dive tank and go with them, or have like a Sombra or a Genji who can focus targets down with you. So dive is basically coordinate. And if you have a tank, always go after your tanks, because your tanks usually will soak up, like, if they have sleep, if they have stun, right? If they have a hook, your tanks will usually be the target of those, because if they go first, people will usually focus those on tanks. That's why tanks go first. They can survive those. If you get stunned by McCree, you're probably dead. If your ball gets stunned by McCree, he's probably gonna take 300 damage from the right click, but he's not gonna die. In fact, he's just gonna get shields, like 700. He's just gonna get like 500 shields and get away. Okay. Unknown user, okay, let's take a quick look. I'm not actually gonna take the request, because in like 20 minutes I should be doing the 413 Havoc. Oh, sorry, 413 Hellstorm. So we probably won't do that one today. I'll refund it. But they can look at it for like 5 minutes real quick, and I can explain the Sigma Rothel composition. Overall, find a more specific playstyle. It's not find, by the way, it's choose. Because your playstyle should be changing depending on your team. Ideally, just press tab, look at your team, and decide on the playstyle. Like, if we have Rein's Area, you really want to wait for them to engage, then go around and get value. If we have dive, you want to wait for your ball to engage, then go around and get value. I know it sounds very different, but if you have no way of doing that, you just want to flank. Yeah. It's not fine so much as choose as playstyle to stick to when you are depending on your team, basically. Okay, let me